Hey there, here's Michael Niemas, and today I want to present to you a slot car in scale 1 to 24. For sure, it's one of the fastest, if not the fastest 1 to 24 slot car that you can get out there in the world. I'm a little bit involved in this project of these cars. So we are talking about Formula cars from the 90s, all of the legends that you know from your childhood. And today I want to show you the FW14 car, which is already painted. And yeah, we will have a look. I will explain a lot to you what you can do with this car. We'll unbox it and give you a few tips if you want to race it. And yeah, so let's switch the camera and we will start with the car. To be honest, I'm very excited to show you this car, but first of all I will take on one glove, if I will fit in, I'm not sure, and that's just that I don't do too many fingerprints to the packing and the car itself. Luckily the gloves fit very well. So we have this red button and it shows us how to open the box. Each car got its own box, and yeah, there it is. Look at this beauty. Such a wonderful slot car in scale 1 to 24. To get it out of the box, we see this red stripe where we pull a little bit, and that lifts out the base where the car is mounted. Now we get the first impressions of this race car. Each of these Formula cars is 100% handmade, mounted and painted in a very professional way. It has absolutely nothing to do with mass production, like in a big factory. It's more a manufactory. And you can also see this when you check the production number of the car. Here we have car number 36, and the same number you will also find on the box at the side, for example, and also on the top. Now it's time to unscrew the car, and you will see that on the bottom of the chassis you will find the serial number 2. So when you see such a car, always look for matching numbers. With the car we got a Torx screw, which helps us to dismount the car from the base plate and also to do a few adjustments at the car. But first let's just open one screw and then we can take off the car. On this point I can also say to you that each model got its own base plate regarding the type and model. Already in the first moments when you have the car in your hands, you have the feeling that the car must be very fast. This is related with the balance of such a car, and yeah, I had a lot of cars in my hand and that's just a good feeling already. Here we have the serial number 36 again, so you can indicate the car very easy. The rear tires are made of soft sponge. Well, it's not so soft, it's more a very hard sponge, which works very good on wooden and plastic tracks. We have this body flex so that the chassis can move a little bit, or what means a little bit. So we have front suspension and we have a rear suspension. To take off the body, we have two screws that just need to be turned 90 degrees, as you see it now. Ta-da! It's so easy. Now we have a wonderful view on this high-tech chassis, and you see that we have multiple layers here. We have the driver that is also hand painted and is easily fixed to the chassis with magnets and will be held in a perfect position. The same for the rear wing. He will be held in position with magnets, and you will never ever have a problem that the wing came off or broke or whatever. So when you have a crash or somebody is crashing into you, the wing will fly off and you can easily put him back. An outstanding feature of this car is the rear suspension. And it's not only a rear suspension to have it, it's a very well tested and adjusted rear suspension that gives you the maximum grip on wood and plastic. I try to show it to you also from the other side. I hope we can see it. I think I make the video a little bit bigger. So here you see one of this suspension working. To make the handling even better, we also have a suspension for the front axle. We have two suspensions here next to the wheels, and here you can see them moving. Here we have the front body mount and the rear body mount, and you can also adjust the body height with these screws at the top. Here I show you, if you want to lock the body, you just turn it 90 degrees and then the body will be held in position. Another feature on this car is the easy changeable guide. Yeah, that's correct. You just have to take off this connector and then abracadabra, there it is, the guide. There are two magnets in the guide, and one holds the position in the middle and the other one fixes the guide to the chassis. At the chassis there is also a combination of magnets keeping the guide in position. Looking at the rear axle, we see that you can unlock the wheels, for example, or the gear with the torques that comes with the car. You see here that it's really easy to dismount a wheel, for example. When we have a closer look onto the gear at the axle and the motor, we see that these are high-end components from JP, and the motor is a SRP 40,000 motor. When I have a closer look on this, I have to say that it's much more than just a simple slot car. It's a technical piece of art, really. And you see the driver gets connected with the magnet. The body gets easily fixed to the chassis, but before we have to add the body, we have to put in the guide. Otherwise, we will not be able to put it in when the body is on. Now the connector comes to the chassis and we will have power. We put the body now to the chassis and I'm looking through the screen at my cam. So, I have to readjust it a little bit. So now it's sitting perfect. You can see here we have a good movement. And now we just lock the body with the 2 screws from the bottom, and that's it. So we check it and the tweak is just perfect. With the rear wing we are faster than in Formula 1. It's just a swap and the rear wing is mounted. I just took out my aluminium tech plate to show you a little bit how the suspension works on this car. The ground clearance on this car is very low, but it's enough that the suspension can work and the car will not touch the track. On plastic as on wooden tracks, the car will have no problem to find the maximum grip due to its flex. I hope I can capture how the suspension at the rear and the front will work, and we can see it a little bit here. You see very clear the working suspension, and at the front it should also work. Check out one of my next videos to see the car on track. Leave me a comment if you have a question, and it would be great if you follow me on YouTube and my other social media channels.